A lot different than it is now. My life started with my kids. Um, my kids were literally the straw that broke the camel's back. They're the reason why I got up every day and did this business, even when I thought that I was working really hard in the beginning and I felt like I was signing people and I was working, doing something every day for the business, and I was still working 60 hours a week at the restaurant and trying to do the stuff with the kids, and gosh, I felt like I was getting nowhere. And I kept going every day, not seeing the big reward yet, not seeing the big paycheck, but I kept going every day because of the kids. Right before we found It Works, literally the week that we found It Works, my son came home and he had his form. His form, because every year parents had to fill out the form and send in the money to go to 8th grade Washington, D.C. It's something all 8th graders do. And that was the first time that I ever had to tell my kids they couldn't do something that everyone else was doing, something that was going to make memories for a lifetime, something that they would never forget. I was always able, up until that point, to figure something out, borrowing money from my parents, borrowing money from Barry's parents, selling something, but we were tapped out. We'd sold just about our last things for the Christmas before that. We had borrowed so much money from our parents that they were tapped out, and none of our friends had money. So that was the first time, and I remember getting in bed that night and saying, praying, crying. It's even hard to talk about now because I remember thinking, this is our rock bottom. This is the lowest that we've ever been, and God, please, 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 please put something in my path. Anything to change this. It's actually the first time I ever thought about changing it because I didn't think I could. I was a waitress for 25 years. Barry's a construction worker. What do normal people like us do when they don't have money? I couldn't pick up another job. I was already working 60 hours every week, and I didn't know what else to do. So it was crazy because that night, laying in bed crying and praying to God that He put something in my path, it was the very next day that I walked into It Works and I heard about the crazy rap thing. It's crazy when I think back on my life and everything that's happened. All the times that everything went down the way that it did, and I thought it was so horrible at the time, and everything just was a mess. I think back now and think that every single thing that happened to me in my life needed to go down the way that it did for me to be here right now, talking to all of you. And I don't regret any of it. I'm glad we've been through every single thing we've been through because honestly, I think it's made us the people we are today. And I also think that it makes us relate to other people. And I don't think that I would want it as bad for other people as I do if we wouldn't have been in a lot of other people's shoes. So that's where my why started, was I didn't ever want to tell my kids they couldn't do something again. I was adamant about it. It's what pushed me every single day. I was determined. It was, again, the straw that broke the camel's back. I was never going to tell my kids they couldn't do something again. And then it started happening. We started to make money, and I started to be able to say yes, and money stopped being a problem for us, and that's when the why shifted. That's when it evolved. I remember Kami Dempsey saying that your why will constantly evolve and change in this business because your why and your dreams and your goals and your dream board, they kind of intertwine. And once you start to be able to do what your why was and get to that place, you have to think of another why, because if you don't, it won't sustain you in this business. If you don't have a reason that's driving you every day to get up in the morning, if you're already making money, seriously, Barry and I could probably take off a year and we'll be just fine. So something else had to drive me to get out of that bed every day. And honestly, that why now is all of you. My passion in this business, my why. And I don't think I'll ever have to find another one because I will never get sick and tired of helping people believe and dream and know that they can do it. Believing in others before they can believe in themselves, I'll never get tired of that. I will never get tired of taking someone that has been beat down their whole life, somebody that has been told they couldn't do anything, and somebody who doesn't think that they have a special talent. I love bringing them into this business and really showing them and pointing out what that special talent is. And I love seeing them evolve and grow and be amazing leaders. I'll never get sick of that. That will always be my why, getting out of bed every single day. Another life that we can help change. And I'll tell you what, I'm not stopping until ever. Never. When I think about ever not having that fulfillment in my life, it makes me sick to my stomach, because I have to be helping other people. I have to be helping other people get on this journey, believe that they can do it, believe in themselves, and believe in other people. I love to see other people's dreams come true, and I'll never get tired of it. So yeah, you guys, all of you are my why, and I meet you guys at these trainings, I hear you on phone calls, and I see your posts on Facebook, and some of them, man, it hits really hard because I'm where you were, and you deserve it. You deserve this. You are something. I believe in you, and I know that you're going to make a huge difference in this world, and that's what I love about It Works Global. Is It Works Global allows people to be more than they are, to impact people more than they ever could, to be somebody they could have never been. And being a part of this is truly something special. It's way more than just some crazy rap thing. It's a way of life, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And I'm glad that all of you are on my team, and I get to wake up every single day and hopefully impact you in some way, because that's my goal, to just impact you in some way and help you on your journey. And if I'm just a little piece of that journey in the end, I'll be satisfied. All I want to do is be just a little piece of it. So, gosh, guys, thanks for listening to my why. And whatever you do, find that why, hone in on that why, and that why has to be stronger than ever giving up on this. That why has to be so deep inside you that it's going to push you every day to push and run in this business and change more lives. So, yeah, once you get to your first why, make sure you're revolving. Keep getting that why, because it's what's going to get you out of bed every day. So thanks, guys. I really love you all. Love you guys.
Hi everyone, Sandy Dury, Triple Diamond here, and I am here to tell you why am I doing this crazy rap company? Why have I never given up? Why in the 2 years in It Works have I continued to push forward no matter what's gotten in my way? And I'll tell you right now, my biggest why when I first joined was, you know, we lived paycheck to paycheck, and there was debt that I wanted to pay off, and I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and so I got in to make an extra $300 a month. And I found out really quick that with hard work and dedication that I was going to knock that out of the ballpark, and I did. And so my why of getting $300 to help pay our bills turned into, okay, well, maybe instead of just paying off a few bills, maybe I can go debt-free. And so that's my biggest why right now. That's what's pushing me, because I want to be a debt-free individual living in the United States by the time I'm the age of 40, and I'm going to be 35 this year. So I've got a 5-year goal, a 5-year plan to get 100% debt free. I don't want to wake up every day seeing a notification that I've got a credit card due or a car payment due or a house payment due. I want to have money in the bank so that if anything, an emergency or my kids needed something, I want to know that I've got the peace of mind in knowing that it's there for them. I want to leave my kids with a legacy, leave them with a future that they wouldn't have had otherwise. My boys have big dreams. My son Austin, definitely, he wants to go into the Air Force. He's wanting to take pilot license now, take flight license now, or flight lessons now, and so that's expensive, and prior to It Works, that wouldn't even have been something that would have been on my radar to do for him, to prep him for the Air Force. So I know that with It Works, not only am I going to get my dream of being debt-free by the age of 40 complete, but I'm also setting my kid up for, you know, his dream now. He's got 4 years before he's out of high school, And so that gives him 4 years to prep and get ready, and that gives me 4 years to help him along the way. And so that's a really big deal for me. I love my family, and I'll do anything for them. I've never felt that I would be able to do something and do it well. I've never stuck with anything. And this is the first time that I've ever found something that I have a really big passion for, and I know that I can do it. I want to prove that I can do it, and so the reason I keep pushing, and I learn, and I read as much as I can, and I keep plugged in as much as I can, because I don't want to let myself down, I don't want to let my team down, and I don't want to let my family down, and I want to be successful at this. I've always started things. I started college and I couldn't finish it. I started, being involved in different activities and groups, and I never finished it. And for the first time in my life, I find something that I really connect with, and I want to do well, and I want to do it for a long time. So my why is I want to be debt free. My why is I want to help my boys' dreams come true. My why is I want to make sure that they've got a future set for them when I'm gone and I'm not here for them. And my why is I want to prove to everyone, including myself, that ever doubted me and doubted that I could ever do anything and do it well. I want to prove that I can, and that anything's possible if you really put your mind to it. So that's my why, and that's what pushes me to keep going every day, no matter what happens, because I know I can do this, and I know I will, and I'm going to keep dreaming big, and I'm never going to quit. I'm never going to stop. So keep pushing forward and figure out why you want to do this, and figure out why you're going to work hard every day, and know that you can do it, because I know I can, and I believe in you, and so does everyone else. So that's mine, and I look forward to seeing where it takes me over the next couple years. So,
hey guys, Kathy Peterson, Diamond Distributor with It Works. So I was asked to share my why, and it's kind of funny because really in the beginning my why was because I wanted to try one of those skinny wraps. I wanted to get skinny, and kind of more importantly, I wanted to prove that it didn't work. But secondly, going into the business, it was kind of about the money. I had seen Sandy Dury post about the get out of debt bonus, her $10,000 bonus, and how she had gotten one, and I thought, well shoot, that girl's no different than me. I can do that if she can do it. So it originally was about the money. We had all these bills, we had this debt. Matt and I both had our student loans to pay off, and I thought, I really need to get a handle on this debt, and this would be a way that we could do this. I wasn't looking for any more relationships. I wasn't looking to be a leader. None of that really occurred to me going into this. I mean, I had plenty of friends. I didn't really have any extra time. I have 4 kids, and I was working as a hairstylist and also teaching group exercise classes. So it wasn't really anything about more than the money when I first started, and the thought of being able to knock down some of this debt that we had accrued. But then my why kind of shifted, and I've got these 4 beautiful little muffins here, and they really became my why, and wanting to set up something beautiful for them, and something that they could look at me and see that I was doing something amazing. And as the course of my business has gone on, my why has developed even more. As I said before, I had tons of friends. It wasn't that I was looking for friends. I wasn't looking to lead a group of people to do something great. That just wasn't there for me. But as my business has gone on and as it has changed, I would say that my why now could be found by you all looking in the mirror. I have grown to love each and every one of you, and being a part of this has just been such a positive thing for me. Yes, I love the money. It's great. I love what I'm able to do and pay off my debt. I love that I'm able to give my kids things that we couldn't necessarily do before. But really, when it comes down to it, I love the family that has come from this, and I love the relationships that have developed. I look at you all, and I want to see you do great things. I know you can. I have proved to myself that I can do things that I didn't think that I could, I didn't know that I could do. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I really, I want to lead you to great things. I want to see you lead others to great things. And it's just been an amazing journey for me.
So I'm supposed to tell you my why. Let me tell you a little bit about Tiffany Taylor first. Tiffany Taylor, I grew up in this little place called Oakwood Trailer Park with a single family house. It was myself, my sister, my little sister, and my mother. My mom had me when she was 16, and then I grew up going to 3 different schools. I was terrified of going to a 3rd school, so needless to say, I never graduated high school. That makes me a high school dropout. I, as a teenager, hung out in this place called JDC. Luckily, only hung out there for 90 days to be exact. I never got my license until I was 18 years old because I wasn't allowed to. I did end up getting my GED, which is a good thing. And that's about the time that things started to turn around for me. So, the first place that I landed myself a big girl job was in a local factory. Somewhere where you would think that I should have ended up in the factory. And it was good pay, but it just wasn't me. I wanted more. Then I started attending college. I was the first person in my family to ever attend college. And I was the first person, and still the only person in my family that has one of these. Got my associate's degree, wanted to get my bachelor's degree. I wanted more. I wasn't happy with just that. I wanted more. So I started to work on my bachelor's degree. Well, that took a turn for the worse, and that didn't happen. Okay, so I never got my bachelor's degree like I wanted to. So let's look at the statistics of Tiffany Taylor's life. Statistics of Tiffany Taylor's life says that somebody who's spent some days at the JDC is not going to be successful. What do statistics say for somebody that grew up in a single-family household? What do statistics say for someone who's a high school dropout? Well, that says I should not have one of these, that's for sure. What do statistics say for somebody that's not able to get their bachelor's degree like they wanted to, like they started to work on? Let's look at the social stigma of network marketing and It Works Global. What does the social stigma say of our company? They say that this is a pyramid scam, that it's a scheme and it's not going to work. Well, we surely proved them wrong, didn't we? So where I'm going with this, I mean, I'm supposed to be telling you my why, aren't I? Get on with it, didn't I? Well, my why is that I am a rebel at heart. I mean, after all, I did spend some time at the JDC. A rebel at heart. And this is a good thing about me, that I like about myself, because somebody told me that I'm supposed to do something one way, and I get out there and I do it the complete opposite way. So, I'm a rebel at heart, and I like to prove people wrong. I like to prove the statistics wrong, and I like to prove the social stigma wrong. So, my why is because people tell me I can't. They tell me that I can't be a stay-at-home mom and pay the bills at the same time. They tell me that I can't be a double diamond with It Works Global and make $6,000 a month. They tell me that I can't be a top money earner with It Works Global. They tell me I can't make as much money as I did last year because I don't have a 4-year education. They tell me that I can't make $20,000 a month because I don't have an 8-year degree. They tell me that I can't, because that's what statistics say, and that's what the social stigma says. You guys know what I'm talking about. So, my why is so that I can prove somebody wrong, and I can say, I told you so. Now, aside from the rebelness, that also means that I am an overcomer. I'm not going to let people, obstacles, or anything get in my way. I'm not going to sit back and say, these are the cards that I was dealt, and this is how I have to live because somebody says that that's the way that it's supposed to be. I'm going to overcome it. I am doing this because I want to be successful. I need to be successful at something in my life, and I'm not just going to settle for the success I have so far. So I'm going to go on with my rebel self, and I'm going to overcome, and I'm going to make this work for me and my family. That's my why.
Hi everybody, I'm Stacy Lixwald and I'm from Archbold, Ohio. Today I was asked to share my why with you. Being an analytical person, why is in my vocabulary many times a day, and it's typically me asking my kids why. Why are you doing this? Why'd you ask me that? Asking my husband, why are you going there? Why are we doing this? But for somebody to reverse the role and ask me why, it's a little bit different, and I think that at times we kind of shield ourselves so that we're not vulnerable to really dig deep and answer that why. So I can have the same whys as you guys that, yes, I want more money. I want to go on vacations. I want more freedom. And it has happened. I'm not saying that, but it's still not deep. And I can say that I want better health. We all want our kids to be raised healthier and fight over more green shoes that they love, or, you know, living a longer, healthier lifestyle. We can all say that too. But on a personal level, my why is me. I'm the why. And as selfish as it may sound, a few years ago, I kind of struggled with, my husband worked his job, and he owned his business, and I worked for him, so I didn't really feel the self-worth. And I stayed at home with my kids most of the time, so I could label myself a stay-at-home mom, and I feel that that's the most overworked, underpaid job out there. It really is. You do every role, and we all know what roles we do, clean and cook and be the taxi mom. But at the end of the night, when I went to bed, I didn't feel that I was doing all that I could do. I didn't feel recognized. I didn't feel the self-worth that I wanted to feel. I didn't feel like I was somebody, I guess, if that makes sense. And so I think over the last couple years that I've been with It Works, each time you make that promotion, it gives you a bigger head. Each time you get recognized, you get bigger and better, and you just have more self-worth and self-respect. So I really feel that It Works has brought me here for that, to make me a better person, make me a better mom, make me a better wife, and I can instill that leadership with my kids. I can teach them goals to achieve. I can teach them to dream, and that can be achieved as well. And I want my kids to be raised. I want my girls to know that they don't have to put on a dress and just be the stay-at-home mom and be submissive with everything, that they can put on some pants and they can set the tone. They can say what they want to do and get out there and do that. And I want my son to feel the same way. I want him to respect women. I want him to know that he doesn't set the tone, that he can find a woman and still let her be who she wants to be, and he'll respect her, give her the most respect. I guess that's the biggest thing I'm trying to think of. So at the end of the night, for myself, It Works has allowed me to be somebody, and that's why I'm in it. That's why I stay in it. That's why I encourage other women to get in it, and I encourage other men to get in it for that reason, to learn the respect for the women. So I guess that's it. It's a lot of the same kind of whys as most of you have, but right now, today, my why is me. So, hope that helps. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Houlihan, and I'm a Triple Diamond Executive with It Works Global. I've been with the company for a little under 2 years. And within that 2-year period of time, my dreams, goals, and most importantly, my why has definitely changed. first of all, I got started just because I wanted to make some extra income to be able to really put my daughter into college the following fall. The company that I was working for removed all bonuses, so within like a 3-minute conversation with my boss one day, they took $10,000 out of my income, which I was counting on to send my daughter to college. And so when I first saw this company, they had the $10,000 good bonus in place, and that was my goal. I wanted to run after that in order to just totally take care of what I had lost before. And what happened is God put in there the law of substitution. He went way over the top. Not only did I realize again and again that he's the provider of my income, not that job or not that employer, but he literally blessed us with an incredible opportunity which has brought us way more than $10,000. And we did get the $10,000 good bonus. So that was my first why. And once we received that, it was for us kind of looking at the bigger picture. And so we decided that we were going to run after the debt in our house. And we have just normal stuff, not anything that was high credit cards or anything like that, but mortgage and cars. And so we are diligently working on that and have made a huge dent in payments on our house, and also on one vehicle is paid off and the second one in the garage is getting there. We hope to be able to walk away from any notes to anyone within the next 18 months. And so that for us is a big nut, because we also are continuing to pay for college for my daughter. So imagine being able to not only pay for that college education for your daughter, but to be able to pay off your mortgage and pay for your car and know that that's coming because of the momentum of what the company has created. And we just continue to plug in and continue to plug our team in. And then in the midst of realizing that that is going to happen, because it's already happening, I caught a vision from God one day, and be open to that. I was watching a video on YouTube and it really struck home with me. I couldn't get it off my mind. I watched it several times, and it was a very unique orphanage over in China, Japan, that had what they called a safe box, where there were infants and children that were not wanted by their parents, or their parents were in a situation that they could not care for their children. They would put them in this box. And on the other side of the box was this beautiful husband and wife and volunteers, and they would take that child in and would raise that child and hopefully find a home that would care and love for that child. And so my why got a lot bigger. After seeing that video, I realized that every single child deserves the ability to be in an environment where they will not just survive, but they have the ability to thrive and achieve the purpose that God created them for. So for me, it is creating that, finding a way to make that dream and that vision into reality. And I have talked with many people on our team about that, and they have also agreed with us that this is something that they believe in, and are bringing their talents to the table with many different things that will create this incredible house of love for kids. Now, I don't know how it's all going to come together. I don't need to know now, but I just know that it's going to happen. So my job here is to make sure that if any of you hear this and you also have a desire to help kids be able to reach their purpose and not just survive but to thrive, and that to ensure that each child has that opportunity, if they don't have parents at their home that can care for them, or family that can care for them and they're abandoned, that's our dream. So join with me. Let me know if that's your dream too, because folks, that is a very big why. I want to thank you for listening to my why, and I hope that you find yours as well.